Charlotte's Web. Boop. One of the struggles is coming up with inspiration, and I usually actually don't have that hard of a time coming up with inspiration most of the time. Anyway, I do have moments, but I know a lot of people have a hard time coming up with inspiration, and I used to almost solely rely on random daydreaming or dreams or like music inspiration. And then I was like, dude, why? You can get inspo from whatever. And this time around is from Charlotte's Web, which came about because I watched the 1973 animation, I don't know, like 3 months ago or something. And first of all, cute as f***. Wilbur, when he's a little piglet, cute as f***. I was just sitting there and like, he's so cute. Like the whole time.
You know, I've got a good mind to let you raise this pig.
Then it was sad, but you know, whatever. It is, yeah. I'm not gonna say it is what it is, because I actually really hate that phrase, it is what it is. So then I was thinking, after trying to figure out, I don't even know what happened. I think I was doom scrolling on TikTok or something, and I was getting a lot of really good stuff on my feed. Okay, does this happen to you guys? I will be scrolling on TikTok and the feed will be like a bunch of crap that I don't give a about. Or I'll be scrolling on the feed and it'll be a bunch of news and what's happening, which I want to stay informed, but also not stress the f out, etc., etc. And then other times, and it's always in the late evening, where all of a sudden my feed turns into this gothic paradise. And whenever that happens, I don't want to stop scrolling because I feel like I'm telling the algorithm like, no, I don't like this if I stop, so I could just keep scrolling. Anyway, it was one of those nights I was doing that, and I don't know what popped up on my feed, and it had nothing to do with Charlotte's Web or anything, but I remember my brain just went, the death of Charlotte, and I was like, what? I should totally do a piece of artwork on the death of Charlotte. And then I was thinking about it some more, and I thought, I've never read the book, so I went out thrifting, specifically looking for Charlotte's Web to read it. Which, by the way, the book, the little 1973 animation follows the book really well. I mean, there's not a whole lot, it's a tiny ass book, so there's not a whole lot to go off of. But yeah, it's actually pretty accurate. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna, I don't know, misinterpret or, I don't know, miss something from the book. I have not seen the 2006, I think it's like a live action. I've not seen that. I have no idea how that one goes. I don't really care to see it. I have like a vague idea. This is another thing. I don't really plan out what I'm doing entirely. I never have really like a little impression, but I don't full on draw out or plan anything. And it bites me in the ass. Like, a good chunk of the time. Maybe one of these days I'll try planning shit out better. So I'm trying something a little different. I don't know what you guys think of voiceover. I'm just still trying to figure out what I'm doing here. So Charlotte is basically Wilbur's only true friend of the animal variety. Variety? Wow, I really don't pronunciate, do I? She's really loyal and incredibly helpful. She also doesn't really hold back when she's telling others her opinion or to calm down or shut up. I noticed like all of the characters and the animals in the book have quite blunt personalities, in my opinion. And Wilbur is a little bit selfish. Though he is just trying to stay alive and live a quiet, like, fun life. He doesn't seem to like a lot of complication. Before drawing Wilbur, the pig, I did go and look at a few pictures, and I never really came across a picture of the back view of a pig, especially like looking upwards. Which, by the way, I also learned that pigs can't look directly up, straight up to the sky. They can bend their head up, but they can't actually like look directly up because of their neck structure, apparently. But yeah, anyway, so I didn't really find any good reference photos to use, so I kind of just winged it based off of what I kind of remembered looking at a little bit. And that goes for essentially the whole entire drawing. I didn't really use any reference photos, which, you know, you can tell, in my opinion. It doesn't look all that great. It's hard to get good shapes and a good drawing of something without a reference unless you are really practiced at what it is you're drawing. And thankfully, I'm not going for realism, so. And originally my idea too was to have a large dead spider where the pig is, but I couldn't really come up with a way to do it that I liked. So I went with my backup as the pig looking up to the web. The web is originally what I had focused on, like the idea image-wise that came to mind, because when I was reading the book, the description of Charlotte's web like disintegrating away as time passed on, it just kind of disappeared. I found that really compelling. I could have just done the whole picture as just like one disintegrating web. I don't know, but I kind of wanted to do more than that also. And I also wanted to have her egg sac somewhere in the image because that's a pretty important part of the story. I was debating on having the rat, but I forget what his name is offhand. I almost put him in there because he's the one who ends up going and getting her egg sac off the top of the barn or crate or wherever it was at the fair. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I went with things when I was doing this. So I know the perspective of the spider on the nose is not correct, right? The question is, am I trying to be correct? Should I try to fix this situation? Anyway, if you're curious, so I take pictures on my phone like I said before in the past. Ta-da. And I have a stylus, so I'll like scribble, right? So I was messing with the nose, and I was like trying to figure out how do I fix the perspective to where it's actually a little more correct. And I kind of tried the idea of like spider on top, but a light color, or a spider on top with a dark color. I mean, that's a really bad little scribble, but you see what I mean? If you really want to go back in time, this is my major scribble and the OG scribble. What I like about this scribble is I like how it kind of glows up there. Like sometimes my phone scribbles look way better than the actual thing I'm working on, and it drives me nuts. But I end up, if I pay too much attention to that, I end up overworking, and you can overwork charcoal. So I have to be really decisive right now on whether I'm going to do a little bit of up here and not much else, or a little bit right here and a little up there and not much else. I'm really conflicted. I wish I could ask you guys in real time, which one do you think looks good? Okay. I put a little bit of blue way down here. I put a little bit of blue. I don't know, just to tone it. I always, I swear I always use blue. Anyway, that's that. Not my greatest, not my worst. Yay.